Hello, my name is Robyn Hibberd and I'm a registered veterinary nurse. I would like to give you some hints and ideas today on how to get your cats used to going into a cat carrier and how to make the trip going to the vets a lot less stressful and anxious for both you and your cats. So without further ado, let's get to it. So starting off with getting your cats used to going in and out of a cat carrier. How many of us get the cat carrier out, ready to go to the vets, and our cats scarper? It can be extremely stressful. So the best thing we can do for our pussy cats is to help them get used to going in and out of this carrier and to not let them associate it with such a stressful thing. So what I can suggest for you to do is to leave the base of the carrier down in your home with some familiar smelling bedding in. Allow your cat to go in and out of it and eventually get used to it. What you can also do is offer food in here as well. If you don't have space to leave the bottom base of the carrier out in your home, what I can suggest is that you maybe pop it down twice a week or 3 times a week and leave it down for a few hours and then take it away, just so your cat's getting used to it being there and it's not just coming out on those scary trip days to the vets. Once your cat's used to going into the base of the carrier and they feel completely comfortable with resting in there, sitting in there, going and walking in and out of there, then the next stage is to introduce the roof. So the best type of carriers are the plastic carriers where the roof of the carrier can come off easily. They usually have those large clips on the sides, and these are a lot easier to use, especially when you get your cat to the vets. It's a lot easier for the veterinarian or the nurse to then remove your cat from the carrier, causing as little stress as possible. So once your cat's used to going in and out of the base, and now you've got the roof involved, hopefully they shouldn't feel too stressed and anxious. Do exactly the same thing. Allow them to get used to going in and out of there, leave it down for as long as possible. You can offer food in there again, just so that it's not a scary situation to be in for them. So once we've got happy cats and they're happy to go into our carriers, hopefully when we do have to take them to the vets, it shouldn't be a stressful situation for them. So the travel to the vets is quite important as well. So we need to make sure about what type of cat carrier that we're using. So the material type cat carriers that are on the market, personally I wouldn't suggest. They offer very little stability. If we were to pop the carrier down onto the ground, or if they're in the car and they're in the footwell and we were to brake suddenly, they don't offer a lot of stability at all, and they can fall over easily, causing stress and anxiety to our cats, and also injuring them, which we really don't want. So again, the big plastic carriers are the best to go for. They should be big enough that your cat can stand up and move around easily, and 1 cat per carrier as well. That's a real biggie. Cats can be friends at home, but they might not necessarily be friends when they're in a stressful situation like going to the vets. So just to take that extra little bit of stress away, make sure it's definitely 1 cat per carrier. So when we're travelling our cats to the vets, make sure that they're in a footwell in the back of the car or strapped with a seatbelt on the back seat. All right, and what we can do as well is we can get some natural pheromone sprays. We can spray bedding with that before we leave, and we can also spray a towel which we can place over the top of the carrier, and this is so that they're getting the benefit of the natural pheromone spray, which is calming, and then they're also getting the benefit of not being able to see things sort of rushing by through the window. When you arrive at the vets, make use of any cat waiting area that your practice has. These usually consist of a raised area. Cats do not like being placed low down on the ground, so it's really important to make use of these places. Keep them away from dogs and keep them high up where they feel safe and secure and they don't feel threatened. If there isn't a cat waiting area, then what I can suggest again is to hopefully keep your pheromone sprayed towel over your carrier and keep them up on your lap where they're raised and feel safe. Ask your practice about what pheromone sprays and wipes are available. Thank you very much.